Uh, Still says I'm offline there. 1 sec. Okay, now I'll just double check YouTube.
There's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
Alright, let me just fix YouTube again. Because it still doesn't get the game right. It keeps putting me in entertainment. Genshin. Impact. There we go. And then... Alright, then we'll just add the text. Okay. Okay, let's see, that should fix it. Just put in the right playlist. Cool. All done. Let's see now. Just gonna refresh Twitch dashboard. How much resin do I have? Okay. You know, I'll just go kill the bitch first. To just use a little bit of the resin. Yeah, friendship. I'm just gonna put in.
A walk would be nice.
And you, or
Good eye.
we'll just quickly kill it first and then go start on that abyss. But, you know, because my crit ratio isn't the best yet. Where's the crit food?
You're trembling. Is it the cold or just cowardice?
This is order.
No, it's just you're gonna die.
Time to go. Into the frozen void.
Let it rain.
Alright, I can also do that. Because Amber's on the friendship team. Can just casually.
Solidify.
There.
Stabilize.
Imagine it's like a bunch of pyro resistance still doing 20 Ks. What pyro resistance?
Solidify.
Dance, my pretties.
Order guide you. Crumble.
Alright.
Solidify.
Oh, stupid bitch. She's just running away. Can she just stop? That'd be nice.
Gather.
If she would just stop for.
Who dares? Call me a witch.
You're not a witch, you're a bitch. And you're a dead bitch.
For redemption.
Okay, only 2 drops. Wait, is that a... that's an HP sans. I was hoping for something else. Oh well. Okay, let's just go do the abyss stuff after I upgraded talent level on someone. I just don't have to worry about my resin right now, though. Okay, what did, whose talent was I gonna upgrade? Where are you? Okay, we can upgrade that. And then next week we have to start upgrading that thing. And you know what? Because why not? Why not? Talent 7. Alright, let's go to the abyss. Alright, let's see what we got here. Yep, 36 stars, whatever. Who cares? What was in here? It was just... Okay, I just wanted to cry on the second half, I guess. Because there's the Abyss Mage. Unless I try something ridiculous. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. We'll try something crazy. Where are you, Kazuha? And then finally, where is it? Yeah, we'll try something really stupid. Wait, no, I want Zhongli first, and then Qingqiu. Support Ayaka, let's try it. Cause why not? Oh, that's good, 80 EM.
This is order. Quake!
Let me weave you a verse. No, my... Take flight. See? Go.
Where's the... Oh, the stupid thing is over there.
Witness the power of Gurwa.
You know, just go here. Just do that.
My apologies.
Fuck. I got frozen because...
Take flight. Rain cutter.
Where's the last one?
Whirling snow.
There we go. They got energy for the next wave. Oh, those are still swarming around. God damn.
Shattered. I'm going in. One with nature. One with wind and cloud. No turning back. Now you shall perish.
Alright, where's the other one? And then your turn.
Let's light it up.
Let's just feed you some energy. There we go. Alright, next one. Elemental skill damage, sure, why not?
Order guide you.
Witness the power of Gurwa. Embrace the ice.
And then Ayako just melted that one. Perfect.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call. Glory to the Shogun. Torn to oblivion.
Another test. The wrong test subject. Cross.
Flash. The wind knows me.
The hunter.
Let's light it up. Off we go.
Alright, let's just...
One with nature.
It's not coming.
Quiver. The wind knows our
I got careless.
Let's see if we'll get together. Yeah, here, come here.
into the wind.
There we go.
There is no escape. Let's light it up.
Because I just want to save the energy for the next part.
One with nature.
Whatever. Alright, let's keep going. Cool, burst. Hold down.
I will have order. Crumble.
Let me weave you a verse. No, my soul. My apologies. See?
Okay, the other one.
Jaw's over.
What the hell is that? This is like died so quickly.
Shine down. The wind knows me. One with wind and cloud.
Everybody stand back. Over here.
Alright,
No turning back. Inazuma shines eternal.
oh, they're over there.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves. Adorn my teamwork is dreamwork. Storm the front.
There we go, they're all dead. Easy. Alright, what's on this path? What was it? Wait, how do I even check? They don't even put the button here. Whatever. Let's just YOLO it. Let's do this again. Bennett. And then the last one was Sarah. Zhongli. This, that, and this. 'Cause why not? Oh, Pog. Crit rate, crit damage.
Order guide you. Rise.
Ring cutter. Sakura swirl. Phew. Huh? Phew.
And then I'll go kill the other.
Go. Huh? Phew. Just. Witness the power of Guhua. Rain outline.
You're dead.
Take flight.
I'll just wait for... Okay, good. Now I have energy. Perfect.
Illusion shattered. Go in. As one with wind and cloud.
Glory to the Shogun.
Torn to oblivion.
Where's the other guy? Might have killed that too fast. I don't have her energy for next round, I guess. Ooh, more crit damage. Perfect.
I will have order. Crumble.
Wow. Now that was easy.
Clouds high. The birds call. One with nature.
Everybody stand back! Now you shall perish! Let me read you a verse. Rain outward. Take flight!
Oh wait, this is the one with the herald. Right.
Whirling snow!
Shall
Embrace the ice!
Whatever. Easy.
There is no escape.
I think I'm just gonna do this.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Storm the front! Inazuma shines eternal! Illusion shattered!
As one with wind and cloud.
Now you shall perish! Glory to the Shogun!
There we go. Easy. Easy. Floor 11. So this one had, I think it was Hydro and then Pyro in the second half. Let me check. Let me check, because this is the one with the annoying cubes. So I'll have to put that apart. Yeah, Hydro first half, thing in second half. Okay, we'll start. I'll just do this. And then the second half will be Mona, Kazuha. I mean, I'll go Diona first. Diona, then Mona, then Kazuha, then Ayaka last. Oh, cool, crit damage. Nice.
There is no escape!
this is order.
Sure.
Witness the power of Gugwa! It's over!
I will have order.
Time to act. Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
This is
Alright,
order.
we just do that.
Rise.
Witness the power of Gugwa.
Who's left? Okay, next part.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves adorn my night.
Fate is upon you. Delve into destiny.
Where is... Oh, shit.
Let me scry. Think you can bully me?
Wind strider. Time to go.
Okay.
Decided by destiny.
Clouds high. The birds call into the wind.
My apologies.
Oh, fuck. This one didn't...
Whirling. Written in the stars.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. One with nature.
Take flight.
Okay.
Decided by destiny. Shadows of fate.
The wind knows it. Clouds high. The birds call.
My apologies.
There. Easy. Next. Chamber 2. Attack. Sure.
Illusion shattered.
Order guide you. Crumble.
Ring cutter. Time to go.
Where's the other one? Here's what it'll do.
Shine down. Over here. Torn to oblivion. Rain outlines your
Melt
fate.
that one.
Solidify.
There. That one's dead. Get the particles. I'm just gonna wait for the stamina to come back up.
Written in the stars. Delved into destiny.
One with nature.
Whirling snow.
Fallen leaves. Adorn my night. The wind knows it.
I'm just not gonna use the burst though.
Not bad.
Sketch. Let's go. Let me scry.
Into the wind.
There we go. Now I have energy for the cubes. And the bursts are all up. Okay. Well, we get more attack on this one, so...
Illusion shattered.
Thickness.
I will have order.
Easy. Just use the cryo blender on it. Okay, this one. Okay, we'll go this one. Kazuha, Bennett, and then finally Sarah. And your side. We'll go Zhongli, Jingqiu, Ayaka, Hutao. Let's do this. Easy. 8 a.m. Perfect.
There is no escape. The wind knows me. Clouds high. The birds. I'm going in. No turning back. Inazuma shines eternal. Illusion shattered.
Everybody stand back!
One with nature. Shine down.
Let's light it up! Strike!
Wind strike. Torn to oblivion.
There we go.
Order guide you.
Let's just get the zoo to come over here.
Witness the power of Gugwa! Embrace the ice! Whirling snow! Let me weave you a... Take flight! See? Cross over!
I love how we can just stagger it.
My apologies! Rain outlines your fate.
Easy. Alright, chamber 2, Mongo Kenki now. Sure, more EM.
Illusion shattered.
I'm going in!
As one with wind and cloud. Wind strike.
Storm the front!
Now you shall perish.
Adventure time! Quiver! Let's light it up!
Okay.
Off we go!
Shine down. Wind strike.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Strike! No turning back!
Clouds high. The birds. Torn to oblivion.
Easy. Hi, Young Dex. Did you just see that? I just, 2 Booba sword phased the, Mongo Kenki, the Mongo Tenki. Just 2 Booba sword swipe.
This is order.
Easy.
Rise.
Witness the power of Gugwa! Whirling snow!
Oh shit, I got frozen.
Time to go!
Shit, this is crazy. I didn't-
No, my sword! Rain cutter!
These take longer to kill than the Mongo Tenki, honestly. Wait, where are you?
Sakura swirl! My apologies!
I will have order. Quake.
Shit, I got frozen.
Witness the power of Gugwa! No, my sword!
Alright, this is almost dead. Let's just get the energy up. Come on, give me particles.
Solidify.
Can you give me particles, please?
Take flight.
Okay, I got particles. Alright, the Dorito stage now. The most annoying one. 'Cause I don't really have all my bursts charged up. Yeah, I don't.
Illusion shattered.
Shoot, I can't afford any
Flash.
Alright. At least you're charged.
Wind strike. Time to go.
everybody
Perfect.
stand.
Falling leaves. Adorn my...
Storm the front. Inazuma shines eternal.
Alright, there we go.
Shine down.
Let's light it up. Quiver.
One with wind and cloud.
Teamwork is strength.
Glory to the Shogun. Torn to oblivion.
There we go. That was perfect. That was a really fast kill. That was just perfect.
This is order.
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your Kamisato art. Sometsu. See? Huh?
Cross over.
Whirling snow.
That's fine. I'm not really paying too much attention because it's like I'm trying to do this thing.
Stabilize.
Alright. Let's try Melt Ayaka.
Ring cutter. No, my sword.
Alright.
Embrace the ice. Take flight.
I will have order.
See? Time to go.
Almost done. There we go. I sped from that. That was my perfect. That was my most perfect, flawless floor 12 abyss clear. That was just perfect. You saw that, right? That Maku Tenki just the whole thing just was perfect. Everything just went into position. That was just, chef's kiss right there. That was like my most perfect abyss run through. Like, that was just amazing. It's like every single thing that could go right just went right for the most part. I was able to like battery and everything up just enough. Yeah. Oh yeah, if you want to see what I have here, let me pull them up. So this is what Zhongli has, R5 Favonius Lance. 4-piece tenacity. Honestly, I don't even bother with getting his pillar to hit anything, so it doesn't really do anything. Constellation 2 and 799. That's his talent. Here's Hu Tao. She's Constellation 3. Those are her talents. 10, 13, 10. Staff of Homa R1. I believe when the server gets it sometime, I think like tomorrow night, I'm going to be trying to pull for a Constellation 6. Just because, why not? These are her stats. 50 crit rate, 275 crit damage. That's what she has here. And yeah, she has like 1932 attack. Most of it's because of Homa. Here's Kazuha. He has 957 elemental mastery. So his like swirl buff thing is just insane. I wish he had a bit more energy recharge though. And he's only using Iron Sting with 4-piece Iridescent, Constellation 0, and it's 999. Ayaka, no, there we go. Ayaka's 10, 9, 10. Constellation 2 for the triple burst thing. 4-piece Blizzard, Refine 1 Mist Splitter. And her stats aren't that great because it's just like almost 3,000 attack alone because I just kept getting attack rolls. Yeah, this is kind of like a lower end whale speedrun type thing. Like using Ayaka as a support, not even for damage. Except for when I had to do it on floor 11 because of the pyro cube at the end. I just used Ayaka as a support for Hutao. This is just like, yeah. Alright, here's the big one though, because you saw like how she just like two swiped Magu Kenki. Right? So this is her stats. When everything's buffed in a full team, she gets to like 4,500 attack from Sarah and Bennett, and then I think it's with Kazua's little swirl thing, and because I'm not in the party, you don't see her passive proccing the Electro bonus. She gets like 168 Electro bonus as well. It's insane. Weapon is Fine 2 Engulfing. Yeah, she's a broken DPS. Screw being support. Make her being DPS. There, Constellation 6. Sometimes this is fun to play with, but you can't always use it. Mona, here's Mona. Constellation 1. 668. I haven't really put too much into it. 4-piece Noblesse. Refined 5 Favonius Codex. And these are her stats. Yeah, I run Favonius on her because I don't really care about her damage. I just want that extra energy. Sarah. So she has the Skyward Harp. Artifacts is 4-piece Emblem. Constellation 6, of course. And it's 6, 13, 11. Honestly, though, she's not worth getting this thing crowned. It's better off if you actually invest in this if you're gonna crown it. Not this one. Because the difference between talent 12 and talent 13, if you have something like, if you have a 5-star weapon like the Skyward Harp, which is going to be the biggest difference if you're converting for her E, it's only about 40 attack, like 40 flat attack. It's not too big. Here's Bennett. So he has Aquila Refine 1. Level 90 again. His stats. Kinda wish I had a little bit more ER. It doesn't really matter. I kind of somewhat built him into healer, not really. 4-piece Noblesse here. And his constellation is 5. I'm still hesitant to activate the Constellation 6. In some scenarios that I do play with, it would be useful, but I'm still hesitant because, like, even though I don't play stuff like physical or KEKW, still a bit hesitant. Sorry about that. My mom just walked into my room. But yeah. And talents 4, 8, and then this is again the last talent level isn't as big like Sarah's. It's around 40 attack between talent 12 and talent 13. But Bennett's attack buff is scaling significantly higher than Sarah's. Because right here it says I have way more than that. So let's just show you. I have every single character except for except for Zhao and Albedo. Those are the only 2 characters I don't have. And Toma's coming soon. I'm obviously gonna get Toma tomorrow because I'm gonna try and get those last 3 constellations. And I have stuff saved up for that. 25 pulls and then 3,500 primos basically. Well, then there's a battle pass, which is another 680, and then Vulcan and then commission, that's another 100, and then another 90 for me to get in preparation. So I'm probably gonna get C6. And if there's also, what's the weapon banner? Yeah, there's this weapon banner. If I have any left over, I'm actually just gonna pull for Elegy. I'm not pulling for another home one. Well, if I get another homo, it's great, but I'm going for that elegy. God, my mom's so loud I could hear her. But yeah, the elegy, the end, it's because a lot of people don't she just came into my room again to give me something. The elegy, the end, like it's not a DPS weapon, but in terms of what it does, it's a really good support weapon, but you can technically use it as a DPS weapon because it's basically the stringless. It has, I think it's like 160. Actually, you know, let me pull it up. We have the archive, right? It should be here, I think. If I go to equipment, I don't have it, but it might show it up. Okay, it won't give me data, but I believe it's 608 base attack, and then its passive is, I think it was 60 EM for the wearer, and then when you activate its effect, it gives everyone 100 EM and then another 20% attack. And if you just go by the base stat increase over this one, it's basically around like the actual increase you have in terms of stats and everything. It makes it about on par damage wise as Refined 3 Stringless. But you have extra energy recharge and you're buffing the whole party. Like you lose 5 elemental mastery, but you're making everyone else do more damage, and it just has a higher base scaling number, which makes all your base attack percents a lot better. So like, it's not really a DPS weapon, but it's a lot. It's like really stacked. I wonder what artifacts we got. Let's see. Let's check the artifacts. What did we get? Oh, this is a really good flower. That's garbage. That's maybe usable. I'll keep that for now. And, yeah. The 4 stars or whatever. You know what? Let's roll that flower. Because Wanderer pieces are really good. You probably didn't know this, but you know how on the... Where's Crimson Witch? Where's Crimson Witch? Let me show you something. Let me find a Crimson Witch piece. So you know how it says on the Crimson Witch you have 15% vaporize or melt damage boost? Or on, what else is there? I know that Thundering Fury has a 40% electro reaction one, and then Verdescent is 40%. Oh wait, this is even stronger. Why is it Sorrel 60%? That's even stronger than what 80 EM is worth. But for transformative reactions, 80 Elemental Mastery boosts the damage by 40%. Not 40, 15%. Or transformative is 40, but amplifying, so melt, vaporize, is 15%. So like, if you were to build Hu Tao, the closest you can get, if you don't go 4-piece Shimanawa or 4-piece Crimson Witch, you can go 2-piece Crimson Witch and 2-piece the Wanderer's Troop. All you lose out on is that extra 1 stack for like another, I think it was like, what is it? 7% pyro bonus. So that's all you miss out on. But it's still, and then also the effect on these sets, melt vaporize is actually multiplied after the elemental mastery, so it's actually a little bit stronger, which is actually pretty crazy. All right, what are we gonna do? All right, we're gonna roll the flower that we got as a drop. Let's see how this rolls. Well, I don't even have that many artifacts. Let's see what the 4th stat is. Let's see if it's like crit damage actually, maybe. It's defense. Maybe I won't roll it. Unless it just rolls all into crit rate. I mean, I guess now that I did Abyss, I'll just go do the weekly bosses. I already did Senora, so I only do like 3 of them at this point because they don't really need anything off the wolf or the what's it called the other boss. Alright, the Valen. So they make interesting training dummies, but the wolf doesn't have that much health. So if I wanted a training dummy, I'd rather use the Primo Geovishap because that one has like 700,000 health. The wolf only has I think the wolf is only like 500,000, which is funny because like one's a weekly boss and one's just a boss you farm for materials.
Quite hard to come by. Well then, amuse me.
All right, let's go, child.
I promise I'll be gentle.
He's almost dead in his face.
Gather.
And okay, now for the next part. And then we'll do Azdahan and all.
Stabilize.
Okay. Oh, hello, Broken. You missed earlier when I was just doing, like, I did my flawless abyss run. Now I'm just doing the weekly bosses. But welcome. Oh, we got an Instructor Cup. Oh, that can be a decent support piece. It's like, it's one of the weird things to get excited over, but Instructor set, it's a strong support set, but like, you can only get it as a 4-star, and it's like hard to get pieces because only bosses drop them. You don't get them from domains. Nice. Nice. Yeah, Sucrose is really great. It's just a bit clunkier and harder to use in Kazuha to get the buff going, because the infusion on Sucrose comes on the third hit of her burst, not the first or the second. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. You know, I want to see what happens if because this is the one, like, I know a lot of people do it in co-op. I'm just gonna like bring C6 ball into it. Let's see who we get. If we get like a Kokomi in there, it would be like insane. Because then Kokomi can just go crazy and have like unlimited uptime. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. I'm just gonna bring Constellation 6 ball in here. Okay, co-op game is loading. Let's see. Let's see who we're gonna carry. Because like the other one's like too short. Oh, there's a Kokomi here. That's great. One of them's just gonna have a field day because they're just gonna have unlimited burst. Ah, nice. Feeling when C6 ball. Alright, let's C6 ball, yeah. I'm ready with C6. Yeah, C6 and engulfing. Alright, this is gonna be fun. Come on, come on, Bennett, get ready. C6 ball.
Adventure team,
This is perfect.
World remains constant over the centuries.
Unlimited burst.
Human life is like
You're just gonna have unlimited burst. Come on, let's do it.
respect must be given to the will of every creature.
God, they're all
Each
talking.
fish in the ocean swims in its own direction.
Yeah, we ready. Almost for our con team. Yeah. We just need Zhongli. Someone should just bring a Zhongli. Oh yeah, some guy met a C6.
The publishing house has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my
Yeah.
favorite.
Yeah, C6 Dong is best healer. Oh, I couldn't even type it in time. Yeah. Honestly, this is the best part though, because like Kokomi's like actually really strong in co-op if you have like a C6 ball on the team, because then her thing is like infinite. So like I can just keep refreshing her burst. It's like insane.
You dare overstep your mortal authority?
And then also like ball and co-op is crazy because everyone gets the that thing. Come on, everyone pop your bursts. You're not gonna pop them? Whatever. Oh, it's Pyro this week. I didn't even check to see what kind it was. Okay. Okay, come on. Oh, it just dashed away. Oh, fuck, I just wasted my burst. That's lame. I just wasted all my burst. Very. Yeah, now I have like no energy because it's like, even if I have like 280 something energy recharge, whatever it was, not 270, I mean. It's still a 90 burst cost. Oh god, I'm dead. This is a stupid thing. A rip. That was a big rip. The freaking Kokomi didn't light up the burst right away. We would have been invincible if we did. Cause like I had like a friend on Discord. He had his Kokomi on the thing. We were just carrying someone in Ajdaha. So what happened was, yeah, this is an F. So we were carrying someone. So I had like, what we were doing is just infinite Kokomi's burst window because I just kept resetting the cooldown. But this guy didn't even have the burst up at the start. So like, it's just like you needed me to battery him. But yeah, so like we were just face tanking everything because he was just out healing everything that was going on. And because Kokomi and Ball both had interruption resistance when they're in their burst mode, it was just ridiculous. Oh, that's just what happens. Well, I can still just get the reward. But yeah, that's just a big F. Oh well, let's see what we get here. And we get... we got one of... Oh, we didn't get any interesting artifacts. Yeah, we got no artifacts and only 2 pieces. Oh well, maybe next time we'll get something next week. At least we got a solvent. Alright, let's see. What do I want here? I'll take diligence. Oh, we got 1 pull. Let's see what we get with this 1 pull. 1 pull. And we get... Yeah, at least we got a solvent. So we got a cool steel. Alright. Yeah, I'll just need TY. Okay. So then I'll just leave the co-op mode. Leave team. Yeah, let's go. I actually really do want to retest my ball on my favorite training dummy, the Primo Geobishop. So why don't we just do that? Okay, let me see. What was the party setup I had? Perfect. This is the perfect training dummy team. Gonna have to battery everyone first. So off to my favorite target dummy for like setting up and charging my bursts. It's like the cryo just fine is what I use like to charge up my everything, and then I just dump it all out on the Primo Geobishop. Let's see what we can do. Because this thing doesn't have like nearly enough HP to test on. Okay. Sir, okay, they're all charged up. Perfect. Now we can go to Primo Geobishop. Let's see just how hard I can hit it. Let's see how hard I can slap this thing. Okay.
The sound of rain masks the enemy's footsteps. Stay alert.
Okay, then we'll stay alert, Sarah.
There is no escape.
I think I'll eat crit food though, just in case I miss. I mean, just so I can crit. We'll take the delicious pile 'em up. Yeah, the flower, yeah, but everyone bullies the flower to kill it. I don't kill it. I don't want to kill it. Because it's the perfect place to build up your energy. Because the shield at the start it has, right? If you just damage it, you can still get particles. Just not try too hard to break the shield. Okay, that's what is that? Is that cryo? It's not purple, so it's definitely not electro. Perfect.
Shine down.
The victim's ready.
The wind knows it. Clouds high. The burst.
Everybody stand back. No turning back. Absurd.
Oh wait, yeah, you see 4,000?
Now you shall perish.
Oh, it didn't crit. That's an F. It didn't crit. No, that wasn't a crit. That wasn't a crit. That wasn't a crit. Because I've seen it crit for for 666k before. Yeah, that wasn't a crit. That wasn't. Yeah, because I've had like 650k plus crits in Abyss. That's definitely not a crit. Gotta charge it up again. Because like I saw that number was very low.
Let's light it up. Quiver.
Okay. Everyone's charged up again. Let's go back to the victim. With a real victim to bully. Yeah, I know. It did quite a decent amount without critting. I mean, like, her normal attacks in the burst mode, they crit for like 80, 90k damage. Which is like kind of pretty crazy for like a normal attack. Cause like to put into context, like in like the best case scenarios for like my hotel, she's vape critting her charge attacks for around 100k, 140. Sometimes if it's like low pyro resistance mob. But, like again, in that state, like Hutao has like just 4,000, like 4,300 attack or something. Because I have talent 13E and constellation thing, constellation 2.
There is no escape.
Okay. Swirl up there.
Wind and cloud.
Going in. Storm the front. Inazuma shines eternal.
That was I don't think I hit Sarah's buff. Yeah, I definitely didn't touch Sarah's buff. But it just got deleted. You saw that, right? It just got deleted. Yeah. It is. It's fast. You saw, I didn't even have I couldn't even use a normal attack. It was just dead. What's the other thing people like to test? I think it was like the mechanical array. It has the window where it just takes extra damage. Why not? Let's test on that. That was one of my lower ones though. Because I swapped some stuff around before, like to give her more crit. I've seen it. Actually, you know what? We should try Homa. You wanna see this like with Staff of Homa? We can even try, what's the other weapon I have? So I have, let's see what weapons we can try. So we have Staff of Homa, we have Jade Spear. Where's the catch? I know what the catch is. Zhongling has the catch. We can just test all these weapons. What else do I have leveled up? Yeah, Favonius Lance, not so much. Yeah, we can try Homa and Jade Spear next. But, like, we have to wait a while for it to respawn.
Wind strikes.
So why don't we go test on another victim? Shit, Benny's not charged up yet.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Is he gonna kill it?
Let's light it up.
Okay, good, he didn't kill it. Perfect. Let's go try the mechanical array. That was just fun. I'm just gonna heal up here first. 600k. Because I know a mechanical array has when it's in the weakened state, it just takes like an absurd amount of increased damage. So it's like the perfect training dummy there too. Okay, let's go there. Mechanical array is right here. This is gonna be fun. Alright. Mechanical array. Okay, you know what?
Fallen leaves.
Adorn my teamwork is dreamwork. Now you shall perish.
Okay, I have to charge everyone up anyways.
Let's light it up.
That's what this is for.
Wind strider.
Perfect.
Let's light it up.
Clouds high. The birds.
Everybody stand. No turning back. Torn to oblivion.
Oh wait, Sarah killed it. God damn it, Sarah killed it. I couldn't even test it because Sarah killed it. Sarah fucking killed it during the animation. Suffering from success. Imagine. When your supports are so stacked, they kill it before you can kill it. That's just a Pepega moment. I can't even see the big number because Sarah killed it first. Suffering from success. God damn it. Yeah, 2 OP, he just kills it. There we go. I think if Primo Geo Bishop is ready to get killed again, let's go bully him. We'll test home, I guess. Because that one has, accidentally hit my mic. Because Homa has the thing. So let's see, what's her stats right now? Okay, 2196. We'll try Homa. Jade Spear is probably not really gonna do anything because it's like we're not gonna be proccing the passive. So I think Catch would actually outdamage Jade Spear in that. Alright. Yeah, today's just not the day. Alright, Homa. Let's go, Homa. Let's go test Homa. Yeah, it's just so fast. This is just what happens when you just do too much damage. You just do too much damage. That happens. Alright, we got Homa. Honestly, I might also just get Elegy for Sarah as well. Just because it will make her it'll just give her a little bit more energy. It's about the same attack anyways, because she will instantly proc its passive. Let's just give her crit. It's like the only food I eat. Just 20% crit rate from Pile 'em Up. Oh god, I hit my mic again. Because I was like laughing so hard. I had like tears is coming out.
No escape.
As one with wind and cloud.
Go in. Storm the front. Inazuma shines eternal.
Oh, that didn't crit. What a shame. That didn't crit. Alright, back to the Regisvine. Back we go, because it didn't crit. Alright. When it fails to crit, we just go back here. Trying to refill all the bursts again. It's like, it's a 70% crit chance, basically. And it just doesn't crit.
Quiver.
Alright, how much crit does he have? Okay, 69.7%. Okay, 69. Nice number.
Strike! Illusion shattered!
Ballsy just. At least bursts are charged. I wasn't even trying to kill it, and it just dies. Suffering from success, just imagine. I'm like, okay, the E's just not gonna kill it, right? And then it just kills it. Like, wait, what? Like, what? How much damage does it even do? All right, let's see. It does. Okay. Oh, 250%. I guess that makes sense because I have Homa and a crit. Yeah, it's unbelievably lucky to not crit. Yeah, like the odds are like not in its favor. Okay, we'll try again. Let's go. We got Homa, and we're ready. It's funny though when I was like doing like the regular slashes afterwards, like they were critting like constantly, so you just saw like 70-80k hits with her regular slashes. Okay, we'll just walk up and we're ready to go.
Shine down!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night, wind strike.
Everybody stand back! Glory to the Shogun! Torn to oblivion!
Oh, that was a little bit less. Okay, Homo was a little bit weaker because it didn't just kill it, right? I didn't even get to see the number, but it didn't kill it. It had like a tiny little bit of HP, and then the Sorrel Tick killed it. So Homa's a little bit weaker. Only a tiny bit, though. Yeah, like engulfings, obviously. I guess we can try the catch next. Okay, this one we definitely won't have a hard. Where's the next one they can charge up on? All right, there's a lava troll here that we can just hit. Right, we can charge our bursts here.
There is no escape!
All right, yeah, it was almost one-shotted.
Impossible!
Okay, we'll just. I don't like this one because it just keeps moving around. Okay, we're all charged up. Doesn't matter. We'll try the catch now. Yeah, almost one-shotted though. It's fun. Just slashing like that. Might as well grab those. And then we'll warp back to the Geo Bishop. That was just stupid. Very stupid. Just how disgusting that amount of damage was.
Adventure time!
I mean, I could technically also just increase Ball's crit damage even more if I moved some artifacts around. But then the crit rate would just be like way too low for me to be comfortable with. Because it's not like Blizzard Strayer where like, yeah, whatever, you can go crit with like 20% crit rate or something. This is just Emblem.
Adventure time!
Okay, it's back up. Is it still like, is it Cry or is that Hydro? Because like they're both blue. Well, let's just make sure I have the food ready. So this time she definitely should crit because that's 12% here and she has 69. So that's what, this is like 81% crit rate. Okay,
Clouds high, the birds call.
Teamwork is strength! No turning back! Inazuma shines eternal!
okay, yeah, I was under 500,000. Yeah, so Home was definitely better than the catch. Like, Home was definitely better than the catch, but it's weaker than engulfing once you really have everything set up. Well, now we know. So if you don't have engulfing, the Homa banner is decent. Is a decent upgrade for that too. Cause that was only like that had a big chunk of HP left. I won't even bother testing Jade Spear because that's just gonna end up. If you're just trying to do the one swipe slash, that's definitely gonna be weaker than the catch because of the energy recharge stuff. And then like you only get the crit rate and the slightly more base attack, but you don't get the rest. And if you're doing the stacking all those buffs anyways, like you're gonna be having Bennett and Sarah. Is it gonna reset from floor 1? No. I already finished all of Abyss. If you just scroll back up, I already did like floor 9 through 12 really quick. Yeah, it's really good as a free-to-play weapon. But then there's Homa is just busted. Let me just give you back. Wait, why does Zhangli have that? So I'm just gonna give you back the catch and then give Hu Tao that. Okay, you know what? It's funny. If like you look at my weapons, right? I keep forgetting that I left the Lost Prayer on Barbara. Mostly because I just never use it. Like these 3 weapons as well, I'm just never gonna use them. To be honest, I don't even use Jade Spear. I just have it. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Actually, I'm gonna let me just grab let me open up browser. Where is let me open Brave. Cause like I had like a tier list thing saved. I thought it might as well for fun. Cause like I was like ranking all the weapons at one point. I'm just gonna see if there's here, I'm just gonna just quickly clear everything off the list. This is gonna be like, you might see it as controversial though, because like the way I rank all the 5-star weapons, it's gonna make you question things. Because there are places for weapons you'll see, you're just gonna be like, why? But then if you really think about it, it's going to be crazy. Because like, there are some 5-star weapons that I just say are just terrible. Like, they're just bad. Let me add it to the OBS preview thing. Because there are some bad 5-star weapons. Let me just add the source.
Inactivity serves no
Window, let me see, window capture. Add source. Add a new source. I'm just gonna call it Brave. Okay, add source. Okay, it's just. Where are you, Brave? Here we go. Okay.
All the world holds dear.
Let's see.
Drop of constant motion. I stand before it alone.
Okay, here we go.
Unchanging.
So we got the weapon tier list right here. I'm just gonna pause Genshin so we don't have to hear that. Okay. So here we got the list. And let me just make sure I can see if we get the other window. So first things first. I believe this weapon is Freedom Sworn. Putting it in SS tier. Miss Splitter, obviously that goes there. Meme of Dust. F. Same thing with Vortex Vanquisher. It's a bad weapon. Homa's obviously just gonna go right there. Pines here. This is Elegy. I'm gonna put that there with Polar Star right in front. Oh, actually, I'll put it right there. So you probably didn't know this, but on the Refined 5 Vortex Vanquisher, its passive is kind of shit and it has attack percent substat. It actually gives less attack at Refined 5 with a shield than Refined 1 Homa. This is including like the substat, of course. It has like 49% sub attack percent, and then it's like 80% attack percent as its buff. Then Homa. for Hu Tao and Zhongli. Refine 5 of this is weaker than Homa in terms of attack stat because the buff is just garbage. And just to make it even worse, Homa still has crit damage. The Geo weapon series is terrible. I mean, the donut, obviously in food tier, below F tier. Engulfing lightning, I'll put it in A tier because it's only like really busted on ball specifically, but then it's also really strong on burst DPS like Rosario or Zhongling. Unforged, I mean the popsicle. I mean, you could say it's F tier again because it's just like the rest of the Geo series, they're just pretty bad, but food tier in terms of value. Pulse, S tier. It's amazing on Child and Noemia. Some cases it's better than Polar Star. Skyward Blade's a Bennett stat sake. I'm just gonna put it in D tier just because of that. Skyward Harp, again S tier. It's just like an amazing bow all around for everyone, basically, except for Freeze Ganyu, even because then you just don't use the crit substat. But even then, it's still amazing. Jade Spear, I'm gonna put an A tier right here too, because the passive only like Zhao can really proc it, because like you really have to be on the field and hitting stuff constantly. It's a great weapon, but you know, it's mostly because you get that strong crit rate substat. Jade Cutter. Actually, I think I'm gonna bring these down actually. Just because, well no, I'll put Polar Star there and Pulse here. Because this is not anyone's best in slot except for DPS Sarah, but, yeah. This is like, these two are like our actual best in slots for people. Amospo, it's only really strong on Ganyu because it's attack percent substats. Honestly, like the weakest weapon substat. But on Ganyu, the passive is just so cracked. Oh wait, yeah, this is Skyward Pride, I think, right? Yeah, it's like, honestly, the Claymore weapons just kind of suck. Oh, here's one's just gonna make you tilt. Some people tilt. Wolf's Gravestone goes there. It's just like the popsicle. It has like a similar effect. It's just a slightly better popsicle, and like some people argue that you can use it as a support weapon, but honestly, I don't really think it's that great of an idea. Because if you're whaled enough to be doing that, as you saw, like it's how the things I'm doing, right? You're not gonna proc the passive at all. You're not gonna get that 40% or 80% attack buff at R5 if you use it as support, because like the support has to hit something when they're below 30% health. The buff only lasts 12 seconds and has a really long cooldown. So like, chances are you're losing damage if you swap just to proc it, and then on top of that, you're just like, the thing's already dead. Lost Prayer, also an F tier. Oh wait, no. Well, Atlas, I mean, it's not that good anyways. Widsith exists, and it's generally better, and it's a 4-star weapon. Also, like, except for Pines, all the 4-star Claymores are weaker than the Serpent Spine Battle Pass weapon if you have refinements on it. Because it has a strong effect and the strong substat. Because, like, the strongest substats you can have on a DPS weapon is crit rate or crit damage. In some cases, Elemental Mastery, but mostly that. Let's see, Lost Prayer. This thing is terrible. Because the passive, like, it doesn't work. Actually, let me just pull it up in game and I can show you because I have it. So let me just hide Brave for a second. Okay. So let me just go somewhere where I can, like, show you. Yeah, we'll go here. This is a good target dummy. I'll show you why the prayers is kind of bad. So let me just put a catalyst on the team. Let's say I put... Oh, it was on Barbara, so... Where are you, Barbara?
We can do this.
So you see the prayer here, right? Yeah, so look what happened. Let's see her stats first.
I wonder.
we're looking for Hydra bonus. Or, well, actually, any bonus. So if we swap out, and then we go back to Barbara.
Benny's a
Where are you, Barbara?
I wonder when I'll be as
So,
tall as
like,
my
you
big
see,
sister.
no bonus here. But, like, look how long it takes to get. Because you have to be in combat or hit something first. Otherwise, no stack. And it just takes really long to stack. Like, you have to wait, like, look how long you have to wait to get the things on there. Because you can see when you have all the buffs on there. Okay, now she has all the stacks, but, like, that took really, really long.
My big sister.
It ends up also just being weaker than Rid Sith. Like, even, like, a refined 1 Rid Sith can, in some cases, depending on who has the Rid Sith, it can beat prayers because of how long it takes to stack. You have to stay in combat for 12 seconds to get all 4 stacks. So most of the time, all you get is the extra movement speed, which isn't exactly that great. Let's just go out of combat. I don't want to. Here, we'll just stay in Mondstadt and go back to the weapon. Okay. Alright, let's go back to the weapon ranking. Because this is just 5-star weapon values relative to each other. Like, in some cases, like on characters, like Solar Pearl, again, can outperform these if you have refinements. Same with the free Dodoko tails we have. And then where's Wid Sith? Wid Sith is just Wid Sith. Again, it'll beat those if you have refinements. Okay, what else we got here? What weapon are we missing? This thing, because the state of most polearm weapons. But yeah. Yeah, you have to be on the field and you have to hit something, so you have to stay in combat. Otherwise the stacks just go away. You just have to be in combat. It's not like what was the we can just check the other battle pass weapon because I don't have it, but Serpent Spine. So let me open the battle pass because we can check. You go to Gnostic Hymn, I think. Wait, where does it let me check the weapon? Alright, well let me check. Oh yeah, here we can check it here. The passive is kind of just it has the weak. It's weak. It's worse than this. So you see the Serpent Spine here. If you have refinements on this thing, it's stronger than the Wolf's Gravestone for DPS. Because unlike the reason why this is strong but not the Lost Prayer is if you read the passive here, you just need to stay on the field to stack it, and the stacks will stay when you leave the field. So even like a character that's like off field, let's say you're playing Beto as playing Beto, right? She's just a Q bot. This thing is her best assault weapon. You get the buff, and you just pop her Q, swap her out, and you can get these stacks. The stacks on here is very strong. And you have the second best damage substat on here, which is crit rate. Crit damage technically stronger, but like this one, 6 times 5. They will deal 6% more damage, right? 6 times 5 is 30% more damage. If you have, let's say, this thing at refinement 5, right, you're actually doing 60% more damage. And then you have, I think it's like 27% crit rate. So it's very strong. But let me go to Wolf's Gravestone. So attack percent substat, it honestly doesn't really amount to much. Because the buff you get from the passive, so if you proc that 40% attack, unless you have over 1,000 base attack on a character, which only Ayaka and only 2 characters hit over 1,000 base attack, and that's Ayaka holding either Aquila or the Wallet Splitter, or Eula holding Pines, because those are 674 weapons, and the other one's 741, I believe. 40% attack is only about on average on most characters around 300 flat attack, which is less than the base stat of a feather. Because what's feathers at? Yeah, the feather gives 311. Like it's okay as a weapon if you have like nothing else, right? But if you have a refinement, like a high refined battle pass weapon, I'd say the Wolf's Gravestone's worse overall. Because like also the passive here, like what when you hit opponents with less than 30% health, that's when you get the attack buff. The problem is like, let's say you're like if you're doing enough damage at this point, like you're already killing them. So like by the time you get the buff, you already like lose the buff because it's like the only things that just stay at like low HP forever until like they're completely dead and like it's an extended period of time or like what the Abyss Lectors and Abyss Heralds, but those are shielded. So like your attack doesn't mean anything. Like a level 1 Chongyun can pop the shield just the same as like a level 90 Chongyun on those guys. Like it doesn't even matter. And Skyward Pride is Skyward Pride. Okay, what's next? So we'll bring the Brave back. So that's why it also just has like one of the weaker subsets because like again when you consider the stats you'd have on a character, right? You probably didn't know this, but Skyward Blade, this one, it actually gives more attack than a 4-star attack percent weapon. Just specifically the Aminoma, because that one is like 454 with like I think it's like 50 attack percent or something is the substat. Yeah, Skyward Blade just being 608 gives more attack than Aminoma, even though it has no attack percent substat because the base attack is just higher. Like that's the biggest problem with the Wolf's Gravestone and the entire Geo Weapon series, because they're just worse Wolf's Gravestones. Is that the substats attack percent and has a low base attack for a 5-star weapon, and that's why things like a Skyward, not Skyward, what's it called, Serpent Spine can outperform it once you have refinements on it. Also, just using it as a support weapon is just way too hard. You might, and like you're already winning. You're better off just using something like Favonius Greatsword instead. If you were like if you wanted like a buff or something from Sayu to at least battery your whole team, or Pines, because Pines is also a support weapon. It's not just a DPS weapon. It takes we can pull up Honey Hunter because I don't have Hunter Genshin, because I do not have the Pine, so I can't really show you. But if you go to where is it? Weapons, Claymore. So we go to Song of Broken Pines. Let me just zoom in a bit. So like this is a lot of text, but right here, this is like a support weapon. Like as part of the Millennial Movement, that Wanderers whatever increases attack by 16%, and when a normal or charge attack hits opponents, character gains the sigils. Right? When you possess 4 of them, so this is 4 normal attacks, right? You'll get the buff here. And everyone's attack speed is increased by 12%, but everyone's attack is also increased by 20%. So the entire, like, the Song of Broken Pines, the Elegy of the End, the Freedom Sworn, they're, like, really busted support weapons, even though, like, right now the only, like, supports are, like, for Claymore is Sayu, and to a lesser extent, Sayu, and to a lesser extent it's Chongyun, I guess, because of if you have his Constellation 2 and you pop his E, you know, everyone gets cooldown reduction and they get an attack speed buff. Right, so there's this. Also, this thing has 741 attack. Eventually, like, with enough support buffs, this 741 base attack here will actually end up scaling harder than the Wolf's Gravestone's attack buff, despite it not having a useful substat for a lot of characters. But like, because of how the stats are weighed, 20.7% attack is like, it's not really a lot. It's kind of like it's kind of the same as like 16% attack, because the way attack percent scales on weapons, like I can show you, right? So like, if you can grab a calculator if you want, but like, we have Aquila Favonia here. It's substats 41.3. for physical bonus, but like there's another 674 weapon with attack percent. That would be Skyward Atlas. So like, where is it? It has 33.1. So like, bring a calculator out. Let me just calculator. Let me add the calculator here. We'll just window capture. Where are you? Window capture. Add a new source. I'll call it calc. Okay, let me add the calculator. Here we go, calculator, right? So we had 33.1% as the substat for Atlas, right? So we'll divide that by what was we'll go back to here we go. Quiliphonia, and this was right here. Let's see, there, 41.3. 41.3. So that's 80%. So that's how much the value of attack percent is on as a substat versus physical bonus, right? But then if we'll multiply that by, what does Pines have again? It's like 20% or something, 21%. So, yeah, here, Song of Broken Pines. Yeah, 20.7. 16% attack. Yeah, my mental math was correct. It's around 16% attack. Well, 16.6%. Like, that's the subset you're losing, but, like, it's not really worth a lot. Because let's say you're, like, a regular DPS. Let's say you have, like, with, like, a 5-star weapon. Let's say you have, because, like, if you didn't have that, right, you'd have, like, most DPS with a 5-star, they have around, like, maybe 920 at the higher end. With, like, a 608 weapon, that would be, like, their base attack, right? But then, like, you also have to consider that you'd have, like, an attack percent sans on most DPS, and then, like, all the attack percent substat rolls. The fact that, like, with the 741, you're gonna be under 1100 base attack, like, that extra push, because it's a 741, it's going to make every single attack percent substat and your sans give more stats. Like, that's why, Wolf's Gravestone's kind of, like, really overrated. And again, like, attack percent subsets, honestly, in my opinion, is, like, the worst offensive stat to have on a weapon. Because it's just gonna get devalued long term, especially if you use Bennett or Sarah or even both on the same team. Or, like, you have someone buffing with Rolling Tales of Dragon Slayers. And then we have like, party sets with 20% attack, right? Tenacity is 20% attack. 4-piece Noblesse is another 20% attack. And if you stack all of those, like, the actual value you get from attack percent is just very diminished. Where, like, you'd rather just have, like, more crit rate, more crit damage, or even elemental mastery. Because, like, I've seen, like, people who run, like, Deluxe with a Wolf's Gravestone, they'll go for elemental mastery sans just so he can vape a little bit harder. Because it's just gonna be making him do more damage from vaporized reactions. So that's why I just don't really think very highly of it. So Aquila, it's a Bennett stat stick, but it's also just a really strong physical DPS weapon. But, like, we don't really have any character that really wants to use it at the moment, outside of just being a better Skyward Blade for Bennett as a stat stick. Because it's 674 while Skyward Blade's only 608, so it's going to transfer a lot more attack. Because Bennett gives, if you crown him and you have the Constellation 1, it's like 139% of his base attack. Right, so, like, we can actually just put in a calculator, right? So let's go with 608, right? Times 1.0, not 1.0, 1.39. So that's how much attack Skyward Blade buffs from Bennett. 845 if you're talent 13 and you have refine 1 Skyward Blade, right? But then if we have 674 because it's Aquila, right? We'll multiply that by 1.39, 139%, 936, right? So we'll divide that out. And 10%, it's 10% more attack on Aquila than Skyward Blade. And there's also this, right? 620 for Alley Flash, right? 1.39, 861, and that one, the Alley Flash is, we'll do that right order, 845.12. So if you ever get Alley Flash, it's like 2% better than Skyward Blade in terms of attack buff. Technically, though, Freedom Sworn's even bigger, because despite it being yeah, we can go to Freedom Sworn actually. So let me just minimize the calculator, because this is like the best support weapon in the game. Every one-hand sword user can equip it except for Chi-Chi because of how you activate it. So let's go to Freedom Sworn. Okay, this thing is like crazy. So if, like, I really wanted the Freedom Sworn. This is another reason why I hate Atlas, because when I was pulling on that banner, because this is before we had the thing where you could pick the weapon, I got the Atlas, so I hate it. It's like another reason why I hate it, but like this one, right? The user does 10% more damage. That's fine. The main part here is when the character triggers an elemental reaction, you get a sigil, right? And when you trigger 2 stacks, so like on most characters, you know, you just pop your E. If you get a reaction, that's great, and then you pop your Q. Boom, 2 stacks. Very simple. If you're Bennett, you're Jean, let's see what else. Kaya, support, Kazuo, obviously. Albedo, another one, because he can even do it off field. You just need crystallizes, right? You can just have them proc it off field. Just need 2 reactions. Very simple. Because the reason why Chi-Chi doesn't work is you probably didn't know, but Chi-Chi's little her E skill has that internal cooldown when it procs the cryo application. So it's like really terrible. Like over its entire like 15 second duration, you only get cryo applied 4 times. Like once at the start, and then you have to wait like two hits, and then like you get another one. It takes too long, and also the cooldown is just really long, and then she never has energy for her burst because she generates no particles. So that's why she can't proc this weapon. But here's what it does, right? Everyone's normal charged and plunge attack damage, 16%. So everyone's just gonna be doing 60% more damage on the normal charged and plunge. But then everyone else also gets 20% attack. So this thing is like broken as a support weapon. It's like really crazy. That's why I'd say like it's on like with the level of Mist Splitter, because like Mist Splitter, even if you don't get all 3 stacks, it's just so busted, right? Let's go to Mist Splitter or Wallet Splitter. Like this thing is just insane. Right here, 12% elemental damage bonus for every element, and then here 8, 16, 28% is the extra buff on top if you have all 3 stacks. Most characters, unless they're like Genshin or I believe C6 Kazuha or Ayaka, you're only gonna get 2 stacks. But when you realize that 16 plus 12, you know, it's 28% damage bonus. But here's the other thing. It has the best DPS substat here, 44.1% crit damage, and then 674 base attack. This thing is like the most cracked DPS weapon in the game. Like it's just ridiculous. Like the only thing more ridiculous than this weapon is like if we had an HP scaling thing. Like we don't have an HP scaling sword user yet, so we won't have anything as cracked as like Staff of Homa with the Jade Cutter, but it's really close. Speaking of, where's Jade Cutter? Yeah, so you're just gonna go at the top of S tier. It's not anyone's best in slot, but like it's just so cracked as a stat stick, even if, because like most characters aren't gonna be stacking HP percent. So like on a DPS, you're going to have like around like 17 to 20k HP, because you have like you're not really building substats. This thing will give you 20%, and you have Flower. That's like another 5,000, 6,000 HP, I think, or is it 4,000? I don't remember, but like you're gonna be hitting around that much HP. There's no sword that just scales with HP, so. And also, if you're playing Kaya or Ayaka in Freeze, you can't really use the substat here because Blizzard Strayer is just gonna give you too much crit. You're just gonna over crit. So it just stays a little bit further down right there at the top of S tier in terms of value. Skyward Spine. Honestly, out of like, for a DPS, Skyward Spine is the second best Skyward weapon. The best is Harp. Like, on like Harp. Because Harp is just a stat stick for pretty much anyone can use except for Ganyu. And, well, Amos Bow is just only for Ganyu. Because, let's see. Because if you think about it, right, if you go to polearm characters, so if you go to characters right here, you go to polearm, you have Zhongling, Zhao, Zhongli, Rosaria, Hu Tao, and Raiden. So, in terms of characters that are just, that really need the ER and can use it for damage that would run Emblem Set, your options would be Zhongling can run it, Rosaria run it, Ball can run it, like that's half. Technically, even Zhongli, if you're just building him as a, if you're building Zhongli as just a nuke bot with his Q, and it's again, if what it has, so let's go back to it, because like, actually it's even decent, better than most 4-star weapons for Zhao, because of, it's just a really crazy stat stick, and Zhao might have energy issues, so unless you're Constellation 6 Zhao, where you can just spam E all day, because on Constellation 6 you plunge on Zhao just so you can spam E, rather than plunging on Zhao to do damage, and you get 8% crit rate, right, which is like pretty strong right there. 8% crit rate on a 674 weapon. It's just a weaker version of Jade Spear, basically. Because on most characters you can't really use the passive either, outside of like Zhao, really. Because like we don't really have like a character that's like on field the full time that can really make use of this. That would want attack percent, because Hu Tao wants HP, not attack percent. So Skyward Spine, I'd probably put it with Aquila. I think that's all the weapons, but yeah, that's basically like how I value every single 5-star weapon. Like I just put obviously Homa, Mist Splitter, Freedom Splitter at the top, then Jade Cutter with the other two Freedom Storm series weapons, because they're all just cracked, and then Polistar with Thundering Pulse, and then it goes down. If we get another character like Ganyu, I would bring up Amos, but the problem with Amos is, like again, I've said it before, attack percent substat weapons. Where is it? Yeah, this one's 608 with 49.6. The thing that makes this thing overpowered on Ganyu is when you increases normal and charge damage by 12%, and then with the arrows, right? So like at Refine 1, Ganyu's charge shots, like I think it's like 56% more damage. So like, it's like insane. In terms of like power level, it's like thing. For Hu Tao, the best 4-star weapons we got. So if you're playing Hu Tao in a vaporized team, well, it's pretty much the only real team you can really abuse her at the moment. The best 4-star weapon is Dragon's Bane. It's actually better than any 5-star that isn't Homa, because Hu Tao doesn't really care too much about HP. But the main thing is vaporize. Earlier I said the how elemental mastery works for vaporize and melt is every 80 points of elemental mastery is roughly 15% damage on vaporize and melt. So 221, we can just bring the calculator back, right? Because like we don't care about the Hu Tao only cares about the substat and the passive anyways on the weapon. So if we take 221, right, we'll divide this by 80. And then we'll multiply it by 15. So that's roughly 41% vaporized damage, right? And then Dragon's Bane, here, if you have like high refinement especially, so let's say Refine 1's 20% if the thing has Hydro on them first, or Pyro, or up to 36% at Refine 5. You can see that right here. So you're gonna be because Jingshou applies Hydro first, always before you vaporize with Hutao. Anyways, you will always get this 36% bonus, and you're getting 40% as the bonus from the substat, basically. So you're getting two different layers of 40% and 36% more damage at Refine 5. It's the best 4-star option. Outside of that, your only other options are if you have, because your other options are Blackcliff Pole. This is like the free-to-play option if you don't have anything else and you didn't pull anything, you just buy a Blackcliff Pole. Honestly, for every polearm character as the free-to-play character, like if you're free-to-play, if you can't use the catch, your next best free-to-play weapon is Blackcliff, because the prototype polearms are kind of bad because there's like no one can use them. Like this thing, it's passive. You don't have any polearm that uses elemental skill for damage outside of Zhao. But on Zhao, not Zhao, Constellation 6 Zhao. But Constellation 6 Zhao doesn't use elemental mastery. He doesn't want it because he's not doing any reactions. So this is like not even good for that. The one character that relies on Eve skill for damage. So like that. So this is like out. Catch is like, you can't really use catch on Hutao unless you just play Hutao to just press Q and that's it. Which is kind of dumb because of how much your other damage does. The prototype Star Glitter, again. Energy recharge is a substat. But like no one who wants energy recharge as like a main substat does normal and charge attack damage, because Ball's normal and charge attack damage, when she wants to do that damage, it's elemental burst damage, so she can't use it. Then there's Crescent Pike. This thing is kind of bad too. There isn't a single physical DPS polearm. And no, Rosario doesn't count because you probably didn't pay, if you didn't pay attention. You might say, oh, but she has a constellation that buffs physical damage. This is just gonna throw you for a loop right here. Right, her Constellation 6 right here. Physical resistance, right? Here's the thing. Her Constellation 2, Constellation 2 right here, right? That increases the duration of her burst. Her Constellation 3 and her Constellation 5 also increase the damage of her E skill and her burst skill. Yeah. So, like, yeah. You know. And then also her scaling, because if you've seen her animation, her normal attack cycle, if you're going to be using Pike, it's about 7 seconds. So like, even if you give it the best case scenario, right, you go to like talent 10, right? This is her normal damage in a cycle. That's over 7 seconds. It's not that much damage, like 103, 102, 62.9 times 2, and 137, and then this part here. It's not that much damage, but then if you look at her E skill scaling, right, let's say you get talent 10. I won't even go all the way to talent 13. This is more damage in a really short animation time than this part right here, the first 3 hits. And that's like 1 second versus like 3 seconds wasted right here. And then her burst scaling is just insane. Right? So the first hit, 187, and this one, right? This part here. So this initial hit, again, it's better than the first 4 strings of her normal attack combo. But then you have this part here. So I think it's like every 3 seconds. Like this part here. Every 3 seconds, this is taking for damage. Or something like that. So, and it lasts like, how long does it last again? 8 seconds. So I think it's like, you're gonna get like 2 or 3 of these ticks on top. But if you have the talent, you have the constellation, you're gonna get a couple more ticks on there. So this thing, like her burst alone, out DPS is just popping it. Does more damage than her entire normal attack combo in the same duration. That's even if you factor in the cooldown of this. And what makes it even worse is you can just swap Rosario off the field. So that's why it's not that great. Anyways, we can go back to the polearm weapons. Oh, hi, strawberry cocoa powder. Right now we're just talking about like the 5-star weapons and like I guess the 4-star weapon options for Hotel. And the other really good option for Hotel 4-star weapon, Deathmatch, if you have the battle pass. This isn't as strong as the Dragon's Bane, but you can use this on any Hotel comp, as Dragon's Bane forces you to be in a vaporized team. As for refining, don't bother refining Deathmatch. Out of all the battle pass weapons, it has the worst refines. It's not worth refining because the passive, especially for Hotel, because you just don't need attack percent. But the main reason why this is so good is 36% crit rate. I do have a Klee, I just don't have her built. It's a 36% crit rate and 454 base attack. Like, Hotel doesn't care about base attack, but she cares about the substat. So that's also, like, a really strong option for weapons. So yeah, like 4-star weapons for polearm. Honestly, this applies to, like, any polearm, really. It's just Blackcliff, Deathmatch. Lithic Spear isn't really worth using unless it's, like, Refinement 5. And then Favonius Lance is a support weapon. And then there's the catch, but the catch is just extremely limited because it's just Ball, Rosaria, and Zhongling are the DPS you'd use the catch on. Yeah, go with R3 Dragon's Bane. It'll out for Hu Tao and even Zhongling, if you're constantly doing vaporizes, it will out damage any of the 5-stars except for Staff of Homa. Like, I believe it's like 10 to 15% less damage. At Refine 5, the Dragon's Bane is only about 10 to 15% weaker than Staff of Homa on Hu Tao. So, like, it's really close. But it will outdo Skyward Spy. It will outdo Jade Spear. It will outdo Vortex Vanquisher. That thing is just garbage. And it obviously will outdo Engulfing Lightning on Hu Tao. She doesn't build energy recharge. She doesn't want attack percent anyways. So that doesn't even matter. Oh, this one's a really interesting weapon, though. Wavebreaker's Fin, right? This thing is coming with the weapon banner. For, I believe for Raiden, for Zhongling, for Rosaria, those 3 characters specifically, if you can, like, if you pull for Homa, and if, let's say, you're pulling for someone else, right? But let's say you want a weapon for, like, Zhongling, because she's an amazing, like, off-field main DPS. Because of, like, how much damage her Pyronado can do. This weapon at Refinement 5 on Rosaria, Zhongling, and Ball, it's on par with Refine 1 Homa in terms of its effect, because realistically, you're going to get to around, if you have Refinement 5, you'll get to around, like, high 60s, low 70% burst damage, but the attack here you have is basically equal to what you would have on Homa. Because, like, let me, like, actually I can go back in game to show you. So let me just hide the Brave browser. So let me just turn on my controller again, because so if we go right here, so we look at her base HP, right? She has 18,752. But if we equip Homa, because she's not building HP percent, right? So we look at, she has 21,333. Homa, what does it do? Like 0.8% of what you get as a buff. So we can just bring out the calculator. Right, we'll just take a look at her HP. Right, so like this applies to Zhongling and Rosaria as well, because like, you're not stacking HP. So we have, what we have here, 21,333. Then we'll multiply it by 0.008. You're getting 170 attack, right? That's, here's the thing, right? Let's say, again, like on these characters, we'll do Raiden first, because I have her up. So she has her base, we'll just look at her attack. So with Homa, we'll take away, so we have 945. We'll subtract Homa, so we'll just take away 608. So this is for base attack 337, and we can go add 620, right? And then so we have 957 attack here. And then if we go back to Brave, it's here. 13.8% is the attack percent substat. So we'll go bring out the calculator. We'll multiply it by 0.138. You're getting around 132 attack. So it's only a little bit less attack than what Homa's passive gives, because that was only giving, what was Homa passive giving again? So it was like 950 times, or not 950, it was, where was it? I erased it. It was like, oh yeah, here we go, 170 attack. It's like a tiny amount of flat attack loss, but like, let's say you have, in a team, right? Let's say you have a character with like, let's say they have 80 burst cost, right? Let's say you have an 80 plus like another 60, right? Let's say for Bennett, right? And let's say you have another, let's say 80 burst costs, and maybe we'll just put like another 60, because this is like probably something you could have in a team as a total burst, right? Refinement 5, it's, what here? Let me just minimize that for a second. 0.24%. So we'll just multiply that by 0.24. 67% burst damage. So you're just going to be doing 67.2% more damage on your burst. So in theory, if we go back to, I have Homa anyways, so let me just switch back here. So in theory, like Homa's 66.2% crit damage. In theory, they're about the same. If for Ball specifically, for Ball, Zhangling, and Rosaria, the upcoming Wavebreaker Finn at R5 is going to be about the same as Staff of Homa. So if you do pull it on that weapon banner, it's a really strong bow. Really, really strong. Okay, so what else are we talking about here? Yeah, so like it's just crazy, like that weapon banner is like, I'm actually kind of excited for once, because like it's the first weapon banner where like both weapons are like top tier. You know, Elegy's a top tier support bow. Homa is like everyone's best in slot at low refinements for a DPS weapon. And for Hu Tao and Zhongli, it's always their best in slot. So it's just crazy just how good this weapon banner is. And then Wavebreaker Finn, for certain characters, it's on par at high refinements with Staff of Homa, which is just amazing. And then there's like the bow version of that, which is not going to be on the level of the other bows, because like the bow weapons that we have, especially when you think about Skyward Harp, which is just a busted stat stick, and then the Polar Star on those who use it, as well as Pulse on Yoimiya and Child. You know, that thing is just insane. Like, those are crazy good weapons. Yeah, this is just how I view all the weapons. You know, like, these ones aren't that great. I think I have everything here, right? You got pulses. It doesn't look like there's any other weapons here. But yeah, those weapons are just really great. So, yeah, if you guys do pull on those banners, I wish you guys a lot of luck. Because I'm definitely also just pulling too. Obviously more Homa's great, but also Elegy. Because, Elegy, that's right. I kind of wanted to talk about Elegy, actually. Let me go back, bring the browser back, because we can talk about, like, who can actually use it. Because, we can go back, because we were talking about the whole series. Elegy the end. Right, so you just need to have 4 elemental skill, 4 elemental burst hits. Everyone gets 100 elemental mastery and 20% attack. As a DPS weapon, this thing is, again, I said it earlier, it's on par with Refined 3 Stringless as a DPS weapon, just because, like, you still get 160 elemental mastery and the base attack is higher, right? So, like, let me bring it back here. So let's say, 608 over 510, right? You have 20% more base attack, but then you also have 20% attack percent buff. So it's roughly about the same level. Because what's stringless at? So if we go to bows, stringless, 510 here with yeah, because you know, you still have extra attack on your sheet, right? So you're gonna have 30%, 6% burst damage here, and then like yeah, refine 4 is gonna out DPS it, and refine 5 of course will, because it's 42 and 48% more damage, right? But like you know, you have 20%, right? Let's say 1.2 times like you know, let's say you have who is it? Let's say who can wear? Let's say you have it on official or something. I'm let's say you have 850 base attack with with the elegy, right? So we multiply that by like 1.2, right? So you have 1020 attack. This is just like spitballing here. But I'm gonna subtract 608 so we can put the stringless here. 242 will add the 510. Okay, so then let's multiply the extra damage. So let's say you have 1 point. Actually, we can even just divide it. 1020 divided by 752. 35.6. So it basically is the same as Refine 3 stringless as a DPS weapon, which is just kind of crazy if you think about it. LG the end. It's a support weapon, but like as a DPS weapon, it's basically the same ballpark as Refine 3 stringless. But like you're giving every single character in your party, you're giving them all 20% attack and 100 elemental mastery. And like I said before, but let's see, what's this? 100 divided by 80. That's 120, that's 1.25 multiplied by 15%. You know, 18% more vaporized melt damage, or like 40% more swirl, a bit more than 40% more swirl. You know, it's a lot of damage, like you're just increasing your whole team by. And like this weapon, because you just need 4 skill or burst hits, you know, the characters that can activate it. So we'll just go to bow. Amber's burst is like the first thing like that everyone has that can activate it. Like you can play Amber as a support. She does like continuous amount of hits. It's like I think it's like 4 or 6 hits or something like that. So that's the easiest activation right there. Let's see who else. Official. She has 2 ways because Oz is always just going to be on the field. She can use either a Knight Rider for just putting Oz up, or her burst. Again, Oz comes up, easy, constant procking that, no problem. And Official's like another character that would wear stringless. Venti's the obvious one. Again, his burst, because the back I think like 1.5 or 1.6 they changed elemental mastery to no longer snapshot and will update in real time. So like you can pop it and have it activate off Bennett's not Bennett's on Venti's burst, and again he'll get elemental mastery, the attack buff, very easy. It's so there's that. Child, yeah. Some people do play Child as just as nuker from his and use his burst, so like his range burst for big nuke damage to vaporize with Zhongling and get a big number. So some people do build him with stringless. Not the best weapon, but it works. And because of how his burst works with the Riptide is actually counted as burst damage when he triggers it in his burst. So that's like another character that can activate it. And like here's the main one again. Then there's Ganyu. If you're like a whale and you're running Ganyu as support, her burst will activate it because it's just raining those cryo things. So that's another obvious one. Some whales use it for speed running. And then here's another one, the final one that can trigger it. Sarah. Her burst just does like an absurd amount of hits. Like when I was testing on the mechanical array, her burst just killed it before I could finish Ball's animation, which is kind of sad. But yeah, 4 consecutive shots hits right here. And then those things will just keep traveling. So that's 4 hits right there on Sarah's burst. Again, another character that can activate Elegy at the end. Basically just amazing on like almost all the support bows. Like Alloy, she's kind of just not that great. I think I Win to Lose like had a video on I think they're doing a damage showcase where I was like Alloy versus Diona versus Amber as a DPS, and like in almost every single case, Amber won every single damage showcase because like her burst actually has higher scaling than Alloy reverse melting, and then like Diona was like really close in damage, even though Diona isn't even a DPS, which is just really funny. But yeah, like it's only like Alloy. Technically, Yoimiya could proc it, but nobody's using Yoimiya's burst. Not Gani, Diona can't really proc it because there's a slight cooldown between each hit, and Diona's E does its 5 hits up front instantly, so Diona can't do it. It's only just those 2 characters that can't activate it. But yeah, that's pretty much how I rank all the weapons and the characters, like the 5 stars in terms of values. And I guess since there's nothing much else to do, I think I'm just gonna end the stream here. But yeah, for all of you watching, thank you guys all for watching. And I hope I see you guys again